2016 at Budapest, Hungary, FINA and the World Aquatics decided that there will be one day that we all mark. And in Ghana, we did that in the beginning of the year 2018, 1st September. It's been 2 years now, but we thank the Almighty Lord that a few nations in the world marking today, Ghana has been quite innovative and celebrating this day by marking it with the seminar. We have joined the aquatic world and we have shown our prowess. We here and the many other swimmers outside there have made Ghana proud. And on behalf of my executive board, I hereby declare the day open. Thank you very much.
The Aquatic Day was initiated by FINA to send some awareness and sensitize people in different federations in different countries to know about aquatics. So aquatics involves swimming, water polo, open water, to educate them about it. So it can be in the form of so many programs. So I remember this is our third time we are organizing the World Aquatic Day. The first time we had some training with collaboration with the Ghana Life Saving and Diving. We had some collaboration with NADMO to train their rescue team on how to do proper training. The second edition we had an pool open water program for kids within the swim clubs, and this is the third one because we are not in normal times and then pools have started it's not in operation now, so we are having a seminar with stakeholders involved in swimming. So the stakeholders cut across everyone involved in the aquatic family. So we are having seminars, we are having training on water safety, we are having learn to swim, and we are also having the national coach teaching the swim club coaches how to do a proper training schedule within this COVID era. And so that is what we are doing for today. Yeah, so some of them who will not be here, thanks to technology, we will set up a Zoom meeting for everyone who is seated at the comfort of their home to also listen and catch up with whatever we are doing, because it's very important to get the message, because now aside the corona, we have a lot of rain happening in Ghana, and then you don't know when it can happen close to you. You don't need to be a specialized person in swimming to be able to do rescue. So through this seminar, we are hoping that people will learn from it, and also the swimmers will see that aside they not starting training, they will see that at least their federation is still reviving things so that things will come to normal and for them to start training. So my message to them is if they are listening to us from here, they should take the opportunity to join the e-version of the seminar.
The World Aquatic Day was instituted in 2016 at Budapest, January. But in Ghana, we celebrated it the first time in 2018, 1st September. It's barely 2 years from now. We have come far, we have grown as a federation in aquatic sports, and we have served the water and the water have served us. We have grown in diverse ways in terms of coaching, in terms of officiating, in terms of swimming, in terms of the sport itself. We have acquired knowledge and we have acquired skills. We have polished our technique and we have gone afar. This is a time that we have to mark a remarkable day in the world of aquatics and especially the swimming. Ghana has made its name in terms of the aquatic world. We have moved from a fish pond, I would say that, and now we are in big ocean. And even in the big ocean, we rule the some of the events in like the heats, FIFA 53, 50 fly, 100 fly, courtesy of Big Jackson in Zone 2, and even in Africa, he's making finals and quarterfinals. For us, the sky is the limit, and I wish all who love sports and love water that they should mark this day as a day that will begin the annals of good swimming in the world and in Ghana. We should share and we should experience the water and create a sport that would look like an empire, which we all love to stay in. This is the day that we equally would remark it and remember forever that swimming has come to be the #1 sport in Ghana.
My message to all the swimming clubs in Ghana is, let's train hard to get the children to the Olympic Games. Thank you.
So please, let's group ourselves up, and then there's a task for us. Group A will do front crawl, pool and open water. So we are going to discuss. So three each.
Let them familiarize with the pool, not with the water, but the surrounding of the pool. Okay, you have to take them around the pool so that they know where to go and where not to go. Okay. Now, number 3, you have to also teach them how to enter the pool. Okay, where they will enter the pool from and where they will come out of the pool from. Okay. Then you have to also give them safety tips. Okay, so but you tell them we don't run around the pool, no horse playing and all those things. You walk, so you have to also take them through the safety tips. Okay. Then number 5, you make provision of PPEs, okay, and first aid kits. Okay, so you have to all the necessary water safety PPE. You have to get them for either they bring it or you make provision for that. Okay. Then most important also, you have to know the depth of the pool. Okay, the deeper side, the shallow side, and all those things. You have to know, and you tell them. Okay, so that you group them. Those who are up, you tell them not to go beyond this point. You have to know all that. Okay. Then I'll end here for my brother to continue with the open water.
Okay, so with the open water, when we talk about open water, when we talk about open waters, it consists of the seas and then the rivers. And so if we should end up at the sea, the precautions to take before we get to swim is first we check the vicinity, we see how the waves are going, where to go and then where not to go. Second, we check if there is any lifeguard around before we enter into the pool. And then the third, we check if there are hazard flags around, concerning the waves, where to swim to and then where not to swim to. Thank you.
Or before you take the person, you have to let the person build his confidence in the water, how he can move around, how he'll be familiar with the water in such a way that the water wouldn't swing him or her left or right. And secondly, after building the person confident, we have to also take him through breath control, letting him know how he can put his head inside water and how he can also raise his head out inside the water and streamline. We have to let him position or let him understand how he will be able to position his body whenever he is swimming. You should also introduce him to gliding. So the streamline comes before the gliding. After he has been able to position himself in the water, then you take him through the procedures of gliding. After the gliding, you talk about the foundation stroke. You let him understand of the strokes. So we are tackling of front crawl. You explain a little bit of front crawl, how it looks like. Then you move, after the foundation of stroke, you take the person through flutter kick. You take him through how the procedures and how flutter kick is. You let him practice 1 or 2 drills on flutter kick. Then after that, you also take him through single arms crawl with legs. After he has learned about the flutter kick, you also let him practice with the single arms whilst he is doing the flutter kick. After the single arms, we let him practice with 2 arms. After he has also done with the 2 arms, that's the double arms crawl with kicks. After that, then you let him do alternate arms with kicks. That is what, including the double and the single arms. After that, then we move into alternating stroke with breathing. How you'll be able to swim with the legs kicking and the arms also rotation, or the arms moving, as well as he breathe. How you'll be able to time himself with the breath control and also whilst the arms moving and the leg moving. Thank you.
First, you have to motivate the person. As soon as the person walks towards you, I want to learn how to swim, breaststroke. You first have to talk to the person, find out maybe he or she has experienced drowning before, something like that. You don't just jump the person into the water straight away and start teaching. Make sure you give the person encouraging words to take that fear out. So as soon as you find out, the answers and the question from the person will tell you he or she is getting better. Then after that, you introduce the person to the water. We have different kind of people. We have some people, as soon as they enter the water, especially their breathing changes. They started breathing heavily, even though they don't have their head into the water yet. That one is also a different matter. We have others, they just get into the water, they are fine. Those without heavy breathing, heavy breath, it also tells that that person is still not confident or comfortable with the water. So you still have to encourage the person. Maybe those who experience the drowning, as soon as they get in, that mindset gets back to their head. You talk to them outside the pool, they were okay, but they are in, it gets back. Because they'll think, am I going to drown? Is it happening again? Something like that. So you still have to go on with encouraging words whilst going ahead with whatever you are doing with the person. And I think 3, you start with the breathing. That's the first most important thing, the breathing. You have to make sure the person gets the breathing well. You don't just look at the person, he or she is okay without complaining. That doesn't mean he or she is fine. You have to make sure the breathing is well, the bubbles, everything. He or she comes up. We have swimmers who come up, they don't breathe, but they have their mouth open. Yes, they'll just look at you thinking they are breathing, but they are not. You have to also make sure everything is okay with that one also. And I think with 4, assist them with the hand floating. You start with the hand floating. That's the first thing, the hand movement. You can do it while the person is standing. You can also do it while the person is floating. That's the hand movement. So I would prefer those who find it difficult with their breath should start with the walking hand movement instead of floating hand movement, because having their head into the water, they might not see if they are doing it right or wrong. So you make the person stand with the hand movement so that he or she can sight whatever he or she is doing. So with any mistake, they can also notice. And then you combine the breathing to the hand movement. You can use a noodle or something to keep the leg close, holding behind. Whilst the person is floating, then you start with the breathing combined with the hand movement. Make sure the techniques, the seconds he or she pulls and breathes, the combination is equal. Make sure the person gets it right. And at times, some swimmers will swim with the hand and the head with the breathing okay today, but the next day they'll do it differently. So you have to do it consistent, continuously, making sure that person is okay with that particular thing. Then combine the legs. So now you have 3 things doing: the legs, the hand, and the breathing. And that will also take a time to pick up. And we have other swimmers, whilst they are doing the leg and hand movement, they can do it for a while whilst they are coming consistent. But as soon as you break them 2-3 days, they'll come back next time and they'll ask you, what should I start with? Yes. So with that, you have to make sure, you have to, talk to your swimmer. You have to notice the first, second, and the third. Maybe you have to start with the hand, or start with the legs, or start with the breathing. But I prefer you start with the floating. Whilst you are there, the hand comes in, the head, then the legs follow. And then after being confident with the water movement, the breathing aspect is joined to it. Okay. So with this, the difference between the pool breaststroke and the open water breaststroke is that the water, the river, the open water breaststroke, that's the river, is very heavy. Combining with the pool, the water is very heavy and it's come along with current. You have to note that. Getting into a river with a swimmer, you have to first note where the current is moving to or where it's coming from. Don't just get into the water and start doing anything. Your swimmer might swim towards the current and find it difficult and complain or might not show up. You would think you are doing wrong, but something went wrong. You have to check all those things before introducing your swimmer to the river. So with the pool aspect and the open water aspect, I think the difference with me will be the current, and you have to get your swimmer a very powerful and strong breathing to introduce he or she to the open water swim. Yeah.
Because the swimmer know the depth of the pool and also the dangers around the pool, and you let the swimmer also understand that so far as you are in with him, he should trust you and nothing of that sort will happen to the swimmer. Then after the swimmer is getting that trust in you, then you come with the breath control. You yourself will put your head in the water and you blow bubbles for the swimmer to know how to blow bubbles from the mouth. By so doing, the swimmer will be able to be comfortable around you and also with the water. When you are done with that, then you introduce the swimmer into a buoyancy position. That's the floating position. You lie at your back. That's the streamline position at your back. Then you let the swimmer tilt the head into the sky. After you are done with that, then you come to the leg kicking. You do flutter kick while the swimmer is on the top of the water. That is the buoyancy position. All right, when you are done with that, then you come to the head position. When you are in the water and your head is not tilted into the sky, water will enter into your nose or your mouth. So you let the swimmer tilt the head into the sky. When the swimmer is comfortable with that, then you come to the arm position. The arm is beside the swimmer. So the swimmer, you let the swimmer swing the arm into 90 degrees towards the sky and sweep the water to the side. Thank you. The swimmer hand is beside him. So the swimmer will swing it 90 degrees towards the sky and sweep it under the water to the side.
We are tackling butterfly. With butterfly, it's very necessary to go through the steps, the motions to learn butterfly step by step. Because even for swimmers with some experience, they find butterfly quite daunting. The first thing you tackle is the entry and the exit of the swimming area, be it a pool or open water. So in the process of teaching the person that, the first thing you want to let your swimmer know is, before they enter, they would need to seek your permission. That's the first thing you do, so that they know when they are entering, they should make you aware for their own safety as well as their protection. Now, when you are tackling, let's say, open water, most open waters have some zones. So as a coach, you have to identify the risks within the area. If it's a sea, sometimes they flag the different areas, so you'd have to be able to look out for that before the person enters. Then the next thing you do is you teach the person the best way to safely enter and exit the water body. So if they are entering a pool, if they are using the stairs, how they will enter and how they will come out safely. From there, the next thing you go to is the breathing technique. When you are doing butterfly, when you are breathing in, you'd have to breathe in through your mouth. Then when you are breathing out, you breathe out through your nose in the water. So you teach them how to do that safely. And you also advise them, since when you are breathing in through your mouth, the worst that can happen is you swallow the water. But if you are breathing in through your nose, and some of the water happens to enter through your nose, it goes straight to your head. And that would confuse the person who is swimming. So it's very necessary to teach them how to breathe while they are practicing the stroke. You teach them how to breathe in the streamline position. So that's with your hands at 11, and when you are breathing, you tilt your head up. Then when you are breathing out, your head should be down in the streamline position. You also have to teach them how to use their lungs for flotation during the stroke. So they fill their lungs with air. That helps them to be able to keep the streamline position and also glide in the position. Then the next thing you do is you teach them the streamline position after teaching them how to use their lungs to float in it. And gliding, sorry. So the streamline position, you teach them how to glide in it as well. From there, you go to the kicks. With the dolphin kick, you have to teach them how to do it. Sometimes at this point, it's very helpful to introduce an aid, maybe a flotation device, so that they can use that to practice the kicks in the pool. After that, when they are getting more used to it, what you can do is at the shallow end, you can take away the flotation device, they put their hands forward, and they dolphin kick between the two ends. The next thing you teach them is the streamline underwater dolphin kick. Usually when you're swimming underwater, you need goggles to protect not only your eyes, but also so that you'll be able to see what is going on in the water. So you teach them how to do it under the water. And also when they're about to come out of the water, you'd have taught them that with the earlier dolphin kick. The next step you go to is the body dolphin. You'd have to teach them how to go through the motion in butterfly from the kicks to the streamline position. Then the next thing is you introduce how they'll use their hands while doing butterfly. So you help them synchronize their arm movements with the body dolph and the dolph kicks.
Press it down and recover it up.
So there's no any chest out, right?
There's chest out.
Where did I see chest out? So it goes like this, right? Out. Okay.
One of the things I've been saying, and I'm sure if you've been to any of my programs I've mentioned, is that for every stroke, the arm, the catch must be in there. It is critical. And by the way, the catch in the arm, it is the same, irrespective of the stroke you're dealing with. It is the same. Now, for the butterfly, this is where he started from. Some say it is better to have a diamond pull. Why? Because from pulling this way, you will get into that catch and then sweep in and then out. And that way, you catch the water a lot with this. Now, most times people come from start swimming and they've been taught to pull the water with their hand. That is no longer done because the amount of water you can pull with your palm
It's very little. Yeah. There's more coming from here. The other thing is that in all this, technology has helped us to realize. First, we used to have what we call the swimmer's palm. Yeah. And we thought that was it. It's a paddle. Now, it's a paddle. Now, technology has shown us that you summon less power when your fingers are actually touching each other. You summon a bit more when they are a bit more open. So if you watch the top swimmers, they don't do this anymore. They always have it open. Now, sometimes when you say open, then they come this way. So sometimes you get somebody coming in and he's swimming this way. That also is not good. But the other thing I wanted to say about butterfly, it is recommended that butterfly be the last stroke you teach your swimmer in learn to swim. The last stroke. It is not a survival stroke.
Yes.
Breaststroke is a survival stroke.
Yes.
Back crawl is a survival stroke. Front crawl is a survival stroke, not butterfly. It is the most difficult stroke to teach. It is the most difficult stroke to perfect. But even more importantly, for the learn to swim, it is the one that you tire out faster, especially when you've not got the technique dead on. So it is the last thing you should teach them, so that if he tires out, he can instinctively change into a survival stroke and then survive the water. Because strokes evolve, there are all kinds of things that we've seen in the past. There was a time when it was believed that the S movement was the best movement for a swimmer, no matter what the stroke was, virtually. It has been said that the S movement is inefficient. Now, maybe 10 years from now, new technology will tell us that it is the best thing, because we keep going around in cycles. But as we speak now, the diamond is supposed to be the best way. Others pull straight out. Okay. The challenge with pulling straight out is that it is believed that the amount of water you catch in the straight out pool is not the same as when you come in this way and pull out this way. You gather and then push it out. You see, whichever way, the straight out pool is not efficient. Some do vein, which is okay. Others believe that the diamond sets you up for a better cut, because then when your hands are here, you can't come this way. So you open a little, get it in there, so you can come in and push out. So there are different things that you will find that in one of the World Championships final, there was this guy who was doing just a single kick. And actually, I think it was a 200 fly. He led for about 100 meters and then fizzled out. So different people do different things within the scope of the stroke. But it also has to do with the body type and the person's orientation. Sometimes somebody is doing something and wins because his body is twisted in a funny way. Your body is straight. Why are you copying him? I mean, my son Cole, he doesn't have a straight arm. So you'd always find him this way. He can't stretch it out like this. We are working on him, he still can't stretch it out. Now you say Cole one this way, so you two are going to swim this way. The proper thing is this way. He just has a defect in his arm. You understand?
And fair. You have to be strict, especially the children. When you're not strict and fair, they'll take things for granted. And remember that initially I had mentioned that it's not just to go into the water and kick, swim and do all those things and come out. But at the end of the day, some of them would actually find themselves in the team, the national team. Okay, so thank you so much. Then we have blocked, that's the body positioning, leg action, arm action, breathing, and timing. So in most of the delivery, I mean some of the delivery that was there, I didn't see. And then I would would have also loved for some of us to put in our program drills. So if the child is not picking up on a particular stroke, what drill are you supposed to concentrate on? And I think Coach Ansa mentioned they did backstroke, eh? Yeah, they did backstroke, and then they talked about using the cap or the bottle here. So there are so many drills, and the Mobutu's group also showed us something similar. So drill progression, and then the last thing is this, that every African, everybody must learn how to swim. So swim for all, swim for life. And that was the conference we attended, myself and my good brother Obedeka. And we decided to bring this here because we have so much knowledgeable people here. Utu is here, Coach Ansan is here, the old guys are around. And if we have questions, let's ask them. If we have questions, let's ask GSA. We are GSA. We are Ghana Swimming Association. It's not outside. We are the people. And we have to go out there and deliver. Thank you so much.